Channel 1, Channel 2. Channel 1, Channel 2. Channel 1, Channel 2.
coming up on Star City News.
We have new information on the 2 dogs that attacked a Lincoln couple 2 weeks ago.
Flu season is in full swing across the country. What can you do to fight this yearly virus?
We have an update on the Saudi journalist who went missing 2 weeks ago at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul.
And finally, $900 million is on the line this week, and that number is likely to grow. What do you think your chances are of winning?
All that and more right now on Star City News. Good evening and welcome to Star City News. I'm Abby Stonehawker.
And I'm Bailey Vertiska.
We have an update on a dog attack that injured one person and his dog earlier this month. Star City reporter Scott Ayers is live in the newsroom with more. Scott?
That's right, Abby. I talked with Steve Beal, who gave me new information regarding the attacks. He told me that there are both 2 owners and 2 attacks. Earlier today, Steve Beal of Animal Control shared the names of those involved in the incident. Jordan Pettigrew and Austin German were cited for the attack that happened last week.
Each of those 2 individuals were cited for numerous violations of the Lincoln Municipal Code.
Beal also mentioned the citation that the 2 received for the incident.
Each of the owners got citations for what's called bites unlawful. You can allow your animal to bite, chase, threaten, attack another individual, human being that is, or a domestic animal.
The owners and their dogs were found thanks to witnesses coming forward. Shortly after, the dogs were taken to the Humane Society and were humanely euthanized. After further investigation, it was also revealed that this wasn't one of the owners' first citation. In September, German received multiple for his dog.
He was in control of these dogs just a few weeks before this occurred at his home, and there was an incident there. It wasn't severe or serious, but nonetheless, it showed a pattern of these dogs being aggressive towards other dogs.
We reached out to him at his home, but he did not respond to our request for an interview. Beal said that they don't take these incidents lightly.
A dog's considered somebody's personal property in the state of Nebraska, so we have ordinances on the book for destruction of property.
For Star City News, I'm Scott Ayers.
On the health front tonight, flu season has begun and doctors are urging patients to get their flu shot. Earlier today, I talked with a registered nurse who works in UNL's nursing college about why flu shots are so important.
If there's other people that are vaccinated against these diseases, that means there's less of the disease around to go around.
According to the Center for Disease Control, flu vaccines cause antibodies to develop in the body, which provide protection against infection with the viruses that are in the vaccine. And despite what critics say, Fisher said no, the flu shot does not make you sick.
My suggestion to that is that you probably already were carrying some illness, and since we've given you the shot, now your immune system's overtaxed. That's all it is.
And if you're looking for a reason to get the flu shot, 2018 marks 100 years since the worst flu pandemic in modern history, killing 675,000 Americans. Among those victims were U.S. soldiers fighting in World War I. Last year, an estimated 80,000 people died from the flu. This is the highest death toll in at least 4 decades.
Anytime somebody doesn't get vaccinated, you definitely run the risk of having a pandemic occur again, and it's a real concern, especially now that people are choosing not to vaccinate their children. It's a big issue.
Flu season is here, so remember to wash your hands, cover your mouth, eat healthy, get a good night's sleep, and most importantly, get your flu shot.
People die from the flu every year, and it's usually, like I said, the elderly or the very young, so we don't want that to happen. That's why it's important that we all get our flu shot.
Flu shots are available at most doctors' offices, walk-in clinics, and pharmacies like CVS or Walgreens. Check with your doctor for more information.
A 29-year-old Lincoln woman was arrested early this morning for a DUI, but that wasn't what caught officers off guard after they pulled her over. Megan Mumford was pulled over on 82nd and O Street after officers saw her vehicle swerve in and out of traffic. What really caught their attention was what happened when she opened her car's glove box.
Mumford opened her glove box to retrieve her insurance card, and officers observed a handgun inside of her glove box. Mumford displayed signs of alcohol impairment and provided a breath sample of .154.
Mumford was cited for a DUI, driving intoxicated, in possession of a gun, no insurance, and negligent driving.
Nebraska Tourism Commission's new marketing campaign is out, and good or bad, people are talking.
That's right, Bailey. They are, and I took a deeper look. Nebraska. Honestly, it's not for everyone. The Nebraska Tourism Commission released this new slogan on Wednesday for a new marketing campaign. In 2017, they had research done that showed consumers don't consider Nebraska a leisure travel destination. The goal of this new campaign is to change that perception. Since the release of the new campaign, people have been tweeting their thoughts. Brett Baker, a producer at 1011 News, made other suggestions. Nebraska, now with indoor plumbing, while others are expressing different thoughts about the campaign. Nebraska just changed their tourism motto today, and I'm honestly loving the self-awareness. The new campaign will begin in the spring of 2019, so we'll just have to wait and see if it really pays off.
Well, Abby, I don't think Nebraska Tourism, or honestly anybody else for that matter, is complaining about this beautiful Nebraska weather that we're having.
That's right, Bailey. I hope these blue skies are here to stay.
What do you think, Alec? Can we rely on this sunshine for a few more days?
Well, Bailey, I'm happy to tell you that the sun will stick around for the next few days at least. Right now it's 70 degrees outside, and tomorrow we can expect more of the same with sunny skies and a high of 72. Now, we will start to cool off as we head into next week, so get out and enjoy this weather while it lasts. I'll have more on that in my full forecast later on.
Coming up next on Star City News.
More news about the Saudi journalist who was murdered last week is unfolding.
This was a rogue element.
We'll take a look at Nebraska's new tourist campaign that has received mixed reactions.
It's just real and true and authentic.
All that and more on the other side of the break.
Live from the Anderson Hall Broadcast Studios in the College of Journalism and Mass Communications at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is Star City News.
There's lots to see and do at the University of Nebraska State Museum. Be sure to visit our new temporary exhibit, The Museum Builders, which explores the history that led to the building of the University of Nebraska State Museum. Accompanying this is also an escape room, which features the history of fossil collecting in Nebraska. For more info, visit museum.unl.edu.
Since 1990, the Mary Ritma Ross Media Arts Center has served the University of Nebraska-Lincoln with independent film from across the country. With live theater broadcasts, Q&A sessions, and local film festivals, the Ross offers exclusive events year-round. So drop in, grab some popcorn, and watch some of the finest comedies, documentaries, or thrillers. For any movie genre you prefer, the Ross has got it covered.
At the Nebraska History Museum, there's over 12,000 years of history under one roof. Learn about Nebraska before it came a state, what it was like to live in Nebraska during the early years of statehood, and even see unique artifacts only on display at the Nebraska History Museum. The Nebraska History Museum is open until 5:30 Monday through Saturday and is free for everyone. With ever-rotating exhibits, you'll never run out of history to learn. Visit the Nebraska History Museum at 131 Centennial Mall in Lincoln, Nebraska today.
As part of their Simple Living campaign, Sustain UNL wants to teach you to make your own compost for gardening. Making your own compost is as simple as throwing uneaten fruit, vegetables, bread, and eggshells in a pile and letting nature do the rest. Try turning your pile once a week to aerate it and add it to your garden before planting for the best effect. To learn more about living simply, visit Sustain UNL's Facebook page. Sustain UNL, creating a sustainable world through activism, education, and service engagement.
Welcome back to Star City News. The U.S. Secretary of Treasury has dropped out of an important Saudi business conference. It's in the wake of Jamal Khashoggi, a Washington Post journalist who went missing over 2 weeks ago. He's widely believed to be dead. CNN news source
Trump
has more.
denying tonight the U.S. is trying to help Saudi Arabia cover up its alleged involvement in the apparent murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
No, not at all. No, I just want to find out what's happening.
Despite mounting evidence of the Saudi kingdom's hand in the disappearance and suspected dismembering of the Washington Post columnist 2 weeks ago in Istanbul, the president still taking a wait-and-see approach, even as he touts the importance of the U.S.-Saudi relationship. In the Oval Office today, the absence of U.S. moral leadership on clear display. The president would not say why the U.S. is waiting for a Saudi investigation, rather than relying on U.S. intelligence. Tonight, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is returning to Washington after a fact-finding mission to Saudi Arabia and Turkey. Talking to reporters in Istanbul, he defended the U.S. decision to give Saudi leaders time and space.
It's not about benefit of the doubt. It's that it is reasonable. It's reasonable to give them a handful of days more to complete it so they get it right, so that it's thorough and complete.
As the diplomatic and political crisis deepens for the White House, a growing chorus of Republicans saying the president is not doing enough.
On a more pleasant note, a bakery in Lincoln's University Place neighborhood is leading the way for immigrant-run businesses. Star City's Grace Harmon has more on the story.
In 2015, Nebraska was home to nearly 4,000 self-employed immigrants. One of those is Nadia Morales, owner of Jerusalem Bakery. She is part of the 3.5% of immigrant business owners that reside in Lincoln.
We are from Central America. I am from Guatemala. And I'm third-generation baker.
Not being from the United States, Nadia has faced challenges starting from scratch.
And that's the hardest part, knowing the law, how to open a business.
But she still thinks immigrant entrepreneurs are important.
It brings opportunity for many people. I think more variety we have, better the place it gets.
Like many immigrant-run establishments in the area, the bakery is more than just a business.
Larry Moffitt is a pastor at a local church just down the block, and he says that places like Jerusalem Bakery are important to the community.
Lincoln needs to have a lot of places where people from different cultures have the opportunity to talk about their culture, to share it.
While the bakery specializes in traditional Central American pastries, Nadia works to make it a place where everyone feels welcome.
I love my customers. I take care of my customers. I will take care of myself too.
This type of philosophy is what keeps people coming back.
You walk in and you're no longer a stranger, but you're somebody who's a part of their extended family, and that means a lot.
For Star City News Reporting, I'm Grace Harmon.
More good news for the city today. State and local officials had an update on the Antelope Creek Improvement Project. Star City reporter Aaron Hunter joins us live from Antelope Creek with the latest.
That's correct. Press officials held a press conference here at Jane Snyder Trail Center regarding the water quality of Antelope Creek. City, state, and federal officials today announced that Antelope Creek, which runs for 11 miles through Lincoln, has been removed from the EPA's impaired waters list.
It was added to the list in 2004 due to high levels of E. coli bacteria.
Improving Antelope Creek and the surrounding area has been a collaborative project for more than 20 years involving multiple partners throughout the state.
And the mayor listed off all the different organizations that have been involved in making this happen across that 20 years.
The City of Lincoln's Public Works and Utilities also participated in the project by laying down permeable bricks that will keep 1,000 families off the flood list.
These are pervious pavers, and so you can see from looking at the pavers that they got gaps in between them, and they just fill those with gravels. And so what happens, the water comes in, it infiltrates down between the pavers, and gets treated by natural processes in the groundwater.
For Star City News, I'm Aaron Hunter.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a very busy weekend for Husker athletics.
Yeah, Bailey, that's right. Husker football and volleyball are playing Minnesota on Saturday. Here's Amanda Acevedo with a sneak peek on what's to come on sports.
Well, that's right, guys. Coming up in sports, I'll discuss what the Husker football team needs to prepare for when they face Minnesota this Saturday. I'll also discuss last night's National League Series where the Dodgers beat the Brewers 5-2. And finally, what may be causing an uproar for some during Nebraska football games. I'll talk about all of that and more coming up on Star City News Sports.
Now this is perfect fall weather. Alec, today has been beautiful out. What about tonight?
Well, Abby, you're absolutely right. Today's weather has been perfect, and luckily we can expect more of the same tomorrow. For tonight, we'll dip down into the 50s, but that sunshine comes right back tomorrow and brings that temperature right back into the low 70s. I'll have a full look at this week's weather coming up soon, but for now, right back to you, Abby.
Coming up on Star City News,
Amanda Acevedo is going to give us the rundown on sports.
But first, Ella Chisholm gives us his full weather report and what's in store for the weekend.
You're watching Star City News.
We understand. Sometimes you need to stay late on campus. We also understand crime rates are higher at night. That's why UNL is taking care of their students by offering the Husker Safe Walk. It's a free walk-in escort service that can be requested at any time while on campus by calling 402-472-2222. Call 402-472-2222 if you feel unsafe or would like to request a Husker Safe Walk.
Libraries are more than just books. The Bennett Martin Public Library is a place for the whole community to take a break and read, or use technology. It's especially a place for our children to play, learn, and read. We offer spaces that help children learn to read and then love to read. Family story times and summer reading programs help establish the reading habit. Please support libraries as they help children grow into lifelong readers and learners. For more information, please visit lincolnlibraries.org.
Located in room 340 of the Nebraska Union, the UNL Women's Center provides a welcoming space full of resources. Their dedicated staff are here to help. Open to all genders, they offer various programs, including free confidential counseling available to UNL students, faculty, and staff. Take advantage of their resources, get involved as a volunteer, or just stop by to check things out. The Women's Center, at the intersection of gender and your life.
The Capital Humane Society's Pylock Pet Adoption Center, where you can find your next baby girl, your next Aaron, or your next furry animal companion. Each adoption comes with spaying or neutering, microchip registration, and a health exam that is included in adoption fees. So stop by the Capital Humane Society's Pylock Pet Adoption Center, located at 70th and Highway 2, to find your next furry friend.
Well, guys, today has been absolutely beautiful. After a bit of a chilly start to the day, we've warmed up to 70 degrees and a day full of sunshine. A few clouds may move in overnight and stick around tomorrow, but luckily for us, so will the warm temperatures. We're looking at a high of 72 for Friday. Now, let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. After another gorgeous day tomorrow, we will start to cool down a little bit, but it should still make for a nice weekend. The sun will stay out all weekend, but strong winds out of the north will be what brings that temperatures down. For Husker fans heading to Memorial Stadium, I'd bring a jacket to stay warm in those 20-mile-an-hour winds we could see on game day. The high will be 57. Heading into early next week, the winds will calm down a bit and we'll get back up into the low 60s. Now let's take a look ahead to the 7-day forecast. The sun sticks around through the weekend and into next week. We'll hit 62 on Sunday, 63 on Monday, and 61 on Tuesday before clouds move back in on Wednesday. Unfortunately, those clouds do bring cooler temperatures with them. On Wednesday, we'll only get up to 55 and only 53 on Thursday. Well, guys, you just heard it, the 7-day forecast. Those clouds are on the horizon, so get out and enjoy that sun while we still have it.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice, especially since that blizzard we had on Sunday.
You know, I'm going to have to agree with Abby. I'm definitely going to have to take advantage of this weather while it lasts.
Yeah, and hopefully you aren't the only one because, you know, it is the middle of October. Who knows if we'll ever see this again for the rest of the year.
All right, well, still coming on Star City News.
The Mega Million jackpot has officially reached a record $970 million. Everyone is anxiously waiting to be the lucky winner.
But first, Amanda Acevedo gives us the lowdown on the upcoming weekend in sports.
If you're feeling hopeless, depressed, or suicidal, you're not alone. If you think that your life isn't worth living, then you need a second opinion. Local trained counselors right here in Lincoln are here for you. Call the Centerpoint Crisis Response at 402-475-6695. or call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. Suicide is a permanent solution for temporary feelings. There is help. There is hope. Make the call.
As part of their Simple Living campaign, Sustain UNL wants to teach you to make your own compost for gardening. Making your own compost is as simple as throwing uneaten fruit, vegetables, bread, and eggshells in a pile and letting nature do the rest. Try turning your pile once a week to aerate it and add it to your garden before planting for the best effect. To learn more about living simply, visit Sustain UNL's Facebook page. Sustain UNL, creating a sustainable world through activism, education, and service engagement.
Libraries are more than just books. The Bennett Martin Public Library is a place for the whole community to take a break and read, or use technology. It's especially a place for our children to play, learn, and read. We offer spaces that help children learn to read and then love to read. Family story times and summer reading programs help establish the reading habit. Please support libraries as they help children grow into lifelong readers and learners. For more information, please visit lincolnlibraries.org.
We have a new University Health Center, now including the UNMC College of Nursing. The new and improved University Health Center offers everything in one place, including a full-service pharmacy and physical therapy. If you're feeling stressed, talk it out with counseling, or relax and unwind in the all-new Zen Room, now located at 550 North 19th Street.
Welcome back to Star City News. I'm Amanda Acevedo. The Nebraska football team is gearing up for Saturday's first home game in 2 weeks versus Minnesota. They are currently 0-3 in the Big Ten and 3-3 overall.
55 minutes, we were ahead. We didn't put together a complete game for 55 minutes. We stubbed our toe on offense a bunch, or we would have had a chance to blow the game open early.
The Nebraska Cornhuskers started the game on a high note, scoring their first touchdown within just 2.5 minutes. With only 3 minutes left in the first half, Martinez fumbled the ball, allowing Northwestern to score. Running back Divine Azigbo made a 12-yard run to score with 40 seconds left in the second quarter, and ran in another touchdown in the third.
The drills that we did in the offseason to get that piece of the puzzle cranked up have really paid great dividends. He's really ripping the ball. So that's one thing I've noticed a lot, aside from him gaining more weight.
The Huskers are looking to get their first win this week against Minnesota, who recently lost to number 2 Ohio State. Coach Verduzco said that it will ultimately be head coach Scott Frost's decision during the game who will play second-string quarterback if needed, now that Noah Vedral is eligible to play.
And they know that the plays that they want back, that could have been the game-changing plays, that they need to improve on,
Martinez now has 6 fumbles this season. Half of those have resulted in turnovers. Coach Frost still has high hopes and strongly believes that ever since the Purdue game, the team has turned around and been moving in the right direction. Nebraska's game against Minnesota begins at 2:30 p.m. at Memorial Stadium and will be broadcast on BTN. Husker fans are anxiously awaiting the first win this season following the first 0-6 start in school history. The Los Angeles Dodgers battled the Milwaukee Brewers last night in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series. Milwaukee looking to grab a series lead before going back home for Game 6. We'll pick it up in the 6th inning, LA up 2-1, and Yasiel Puig extends the lead with an RBI single, bringing in Manny Machado to make it 3-1. In the 7th inning now, Justin Turner hits a line drive back up the middle that scores Clayton Kershaw, and the Dodgers are well in control of this one. They go on to win it 5-2 to take a 3-2 series lead. The teams will go head-to-head in Game 6 on Friday night in Milwaukee. The other postseason game yesterday took place in Houston between the Astros and the Red Sox. We'll start in the 6th inning, Houston up 5-4, but Jackie Bradley Jr. quickly changes that with a 2-run home run. Now in the 9th inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. How about Andrew Benintendi with a fully extended dive in left field to end the game and secure a victory for Boston? Take another look at that fantastic catch here. The win gives the Red Sox a 3-1 series lead over Houston. Boston can clinch a World Series berth tonight with a victory. The Astros will look to shave off an elimination tonight against the Red Sox. First pitch of the ALCS is scheduled for 7:09 p.m. Some people have concerns around releasing balloons at football games due to the environmental harm they can cause. Clemson University stopped releasing balloons this season during their football entrance, but it doesn't seem that Nebraska will be doing the same. For decades, Nebraska fans have released balloons after the Huskers' first score. This has now become a long-standing tradition during Saturday game days in Lincoln, Nebraska. So it would be very surprising for many fans to no longer see this fun celebration. Clemson University had a similar tradition, but they have stopped this season due to the concern that the balloons are harmful to the environment. Nick Acovella is a junior at Clemson who was shocked to hear about the change, along with many other Tigers fans. After the first game of the Tigers season, he said, "The energy in the stadium is not focused on the lack of balloons, but rather on the culture and Clemson Tiger pride." Balloons Blow is a non-profit based in Florida that is against balloons due to the environmental harm that they cause. They purchased a billboard near Highway 2 and Calvert Street, where Husker fans traveling north to Memorial Stadium could see their message loud and clear. They want the Huskers to ban the balloon releasing tradition. J.J. Johnson is the executive director and former president for the Nebraska Wildlife Federation in Lincoln.
I've been around it most of my life, and I don't see anything wrong with it.
The University of Nebraska-Lincoln has commented on the subject, saying that the materials of the balloons and strings that are released are environmentally friendly, so Huskers fans don't have to worry about the balloons deflating just yet. On Friday, the Huskers are looking to pick things back up after their loss to Penn State last Saturday. They're heading up to the Wisconsin Fieldhouse in Madison to face the number 9 Badgers. Wisconsin is currently 12-4, while the Huskers are 15-3. Then on Saturday, they will face Minnesota at Maturi Pavilion in Minneapolis. Minnesota is currently ranked number 3 and previously beat Nebraska on October 6 in 4 sets. Now we're heading to Minute Maid Stadium in Houston, Texas, where the Boston Red Sox are looking to continue their 3-1 win streak over the Astros and win the American League. Well, that'll do it for sports. Stick around, plenty more still to come on Star City News.
Since 1990, the Mary Ritma Ross Media Arts Center has served the University of Nebraska-Lincoln with independent film from across the country. With live theater broadcasts, Q&A sessions, and local film festivals, the Ross offers exclusive events year-round. So drop in, grab some popcorn, and watch some of the finest comedies, documentaries, or thrillers. For any movie genre you prefer, the Ross has got it covered.
We have a new University Health Center, now including the UNMC College of Nursing. The new and improved University Health Center offers everything in one place, including a full-service pharmacy and physical therapy. If you're feeling stressed, talk it out with counseling, or relax and unwind in the all-new Zen Room, now located at 550 North 19th Street.
We understand. Sometimes you need to stay late on campus. We also understand crime rates are higher at night. That's why UNL is taking care of their students by offering the Husker Safe Walk. It's a free walk-in escort service that can be requested at any time while on campus by calling 402-472-2222. Call 402-472-2222 if you feel unsafe or would like to request a Husker Safe Walk.
The Capital Humane Society's Pylock Pet Adoption Center, where you can find your next baby girl, your next Aaron, or your next furry animal companion. Each adoption comes with spaying or neutering, microchip registration, and a health exam that is included in adoption fees. So stop by the Capital Humane Society's Pylock Pet Adoption Center, located at 70th and Highway 2, to find your next furry friend.
Welcome back to Star City News. The Mega Millions lottery has reached an astounding number. It's $900 million and could go to $970 million by tomorrow night's drawing at 10 o'clock. Sales for the lottery tickets close at 9:45 p.m., 15 minutes before the drawing.
Well, this will do for this episode of Star City News. I'm Abby Stonehawker.
Make sure you turn in next Tuesday. Until then, I'm Bailey Vertiska.